G'day and welcome everyone to this week's podcast. Welcome and hello to you, Shady, as always. How's it going?
Hey Luke, how you going, mate? Hello, everyone.
Well, I would love to say I'm good, but somehow the week that has been was even worse than we predicted. I know that we ended last show or podcast saying hopefully the week's a good one and that the whole Super League cloud drifts over and we can have a few good performances. Unfortunately, luck hasn't given us that. As everyone knows, Super League fell apart. As you predicted, Shady, the English clubs left pretty quickly. And then two pretty disastrous games against Sassuolo and Lazio leave us in 5th place, which is outside of the all-important top 4 for Champions League. So a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm obviously thrilled about the Super League being off. Whether or not it was always a bargaining chip just with UEFA, the clubs had with UEFA just to get more money out of UEFA, we'll see. We'll find out. But generally speaking, yeah, I don't think I'm glad to see that. It looks like it's dead in the water, although technically we're still in it technically, but I don't think it's gonna see the light of day, and I'm glad that's the case. Really upset about the two results. The Sassuolo game was like a sucker punch, I guess. We created so many chances and lost. Lazio yesterday, I mean, I guess it was if we'd finished off that early chance in the first minute, maybe it would have been a different game. I don't know, but it was just overall we were very poor, and it's very disappointing at this stage where we should be like at this crucial stage of the season. We should really be closing things out, and we should not have to worry right now about breaking back into the top 4.
And I guess the unfortunate reality of it is that for 32 game rounds, we've been either top or second, and in the 33rd, we've fallen down to 5th, and have 5 games left to kind of prove ourselves and get back in. The flip side is that we're equal on points with Juventus, who sit in 66 points as well. And we're I think Napoli, who are in 3rd, are at 65. 67 or 68. So the flip side is that it's definitely not over. But it's a significant challenge. And yeah, I mean, we really need a big result and turnout against Benevento, which is coming up.
Correct. I agree with you 100%. We have the benefit of playing 2 direct rivals, so we've got Juventus and Atalanta coming up. Given our current run, I mean, it's not encouraging. I hope these players. I think there'll be a time for everyone, really, like management, the fans, us, to even like dissect the season, I guess, and just go over everything. But for now, we've got 5 games, and and everything, like, and Pioli's judgment and his everything, all of that. I think there'll be a time for that. Right now, I don't think that's the time for that. I think that right now we've got 5 finals. Need to win them. We need to do our best. We've beaten all these teams before. We know we can beat them. So I think that's the way to look at it. And as far as the players are concerned, I hope that they look at this, and I mean, I hope they look at the next few games as an opportunity to redeem themselves, because they've worked so hard this past year. Ever since COVID struck, they've worked ever so hard. And the start of the season, they've done so well. So to throw it all away in the last like 5 or 6 games, maybe a bit more, okay, in the last 10 games, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is they have their destiny in their own hands right now. If they win the remaining games, we should be fine. We'll be in Europe. We'll be in the Champions League, that's for sure. If we beat Juventus, if we beat Atalanta, we will do it. First things first, yeah, we need that home win against Benevento.
Absolutely. And we do have a few days. It's the 2nd of May. So that's, I mean, any soreness concerns or any of that hopefully won't be too significant. Which we know has been a pretty big problem of the last probably 2-3 months, 3-4 months really. So yeah, we really need a big answer against Benevento there. I mean, they're not a team you can underestimate. We know their manager, who we've got a bit of history with, obviously, is pretty formidable. So yeah, I mean, also at home. So there's another kind of demon that we need to get kind of passed over.
Another taboo. Yeah.
Taboo.
Top teams have to win. Full stop. Top team, you want to make it into the Champions League, you've got to start winning at home. It's ridiculous, our home form. I mean, since the turn of the year, it's been absolutely ridiculous. We have to start winning. It's that simple. And home and away, we've got 5 games we need to win. They are do or die. I hope Ibra's rested, because I know he had some issues with his calf. I hope he's starting this game, and I hope the mentality we've talked about so many times shines through in these next few games, and he can pull his colleagues. I mean, he can really get them fired up as well. They should be fired up as is. I mean, I don't think you need much motivation as a player. If I tell you, you're a player and I come and tell you, you win these 5 games, you're in the Champions League. It's a no-brainer. It's one of the reasons they came to Milan to begin with, because of our European like DNA and heritage.
Yeah.
So,
Shady, I'll ask you a big question, and there could be 1,000 responses to this, and I haven't warned you of this question, so I apologize for that. But if you could dissect our problems at the moment into probably 2 or 3 key issues, what would you categorize them as?
Injuries, uncertainty regarding players' futures, key players' futures, and injuries, and coaching.
Yep. Okay. So Pioli does a lot of a big portion of the responsibility lies with Pioli.
Not that. I mean, in that order. I mean, it lies with him, but I mean, I think maybe indirectly he might be responsible for the injuries. I don't know what's happening on the training field. I don't know what's happening with the medical stuff, but we have had a ridiculous amount of injuries in these past 2-3 months, like beyond belief. And every game it's someone. So I don't know if it's his trade. I don't know, but let's assume it's the medical stuff, or it's just a long season. So let's assume it's luck, whatever. So it would be that first. But definitely the management plays a role in the whole renewal sagas. I'm sick and tired of it. You can't be captain of the team and come out and tweet after a 3-0 loss, by the way, which rightfully some of the guys on the Milan group Melbourne WhatsApp chat were talking about, joking around with Pepe Reina. Even if it's your friend, you're joking around after a 3-0 loss, you're captain of the team, and then you come out and tweet or whatever that something like we move on and FORZA Milan. Why don't you show I mean, why don't you put this out of, I mean, put this all out of them. If you want to go to Juventus, go to Juventus, but just get it done with. You know, I mean, if you want those 12 million euros, get it done with. But let's have some clarity here, and then we can play someone else and go. But just, I don't know. I don't like anyone taking us for a ride, basically. That feeling that you're being manipulated by either Gigio, or if it's Raiola, whoever it is, whoever's calling the shots. I don't like it. I think that surely has to have an impact. So it's happening with him. It's happening with Hakan. I'm sure it happened. I mean, the uncertainty regarding Ibra. We needed to fix all of that.
Yeah.
You can't have that uncertainty around the team at such a crucial time of the season. You can't have the San Remo look. I mean, I was saying earlier we're gonna go into like a season review after the season's over, so maybe I'll brush on that stuff later. But I mean, there are a few things that have really infuriated me. I mean, the way we've handled it, and obviously Pioli's coaching there she's done an absolutely spectacular job that no one predicted. But these past few games, I don't know if his judgment has let him down a few times or not. But we can have an in-depth, like longer chat about all of that.
Yeah, and I think you've definitely hit the nail on the head on most, or pretty much all of them. Yeah, there's definitely a few, not just one cloud, but a couple of clouds hanging over the San Siro for us at the moment. And I guess it's like everything's kind of imploding in front of us at the moment. Obviously, what's to come is to come, and hopefully it's not affected by what's going on. But even the whole Zlatan thing with the betting scandal, or betting in what he invested in a betting company, and could be facing a 3-year ban. Yeah, it's all come and hit us in 2021. But I mean, yeah, the team needs to look forward and put off all these things. I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, I agree with the Gigio thing as well. It's frustrating, and it really, all reports are kind of pointing towards Juventus at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. If he wants to go, he can go, mate. I mean, seriously, if you think that you are getting an upgrade by leaving Milan for Juventus, with their like that sardine tin of a stadium of theirs that they can't even fill. If you think you're gonna go there and leave Milan with our heritage and all the stuff we've done in Europe and all of our history, that's fine. And and him of all players, does he not remember the time that, as usual, when we were playing there, we got robbed of a penalty in the last minute or something? And doesn't he remember when he came off the pitch saying, "Oh, it's always them. Why always them?" It's always. Has he forgotten all of that? So seriously, mate, if you want to go to Juventus, please let me show you the door. Seriously, if I were in management, I'd be like, if you want to go to the doors that way. Seriously. On the other hand, if you want to be the captain of a club that you claim to love and you can lead to glory again from that, then people would, we'd all be there with arms wide open. But someone taking us for a ride like that, that's not acceptable, I think.
Yeah, and
sorry, I interrupted.
And no. And the money thing, I mean, he's 22, I think. Realistically, if he wanted to do that, I mean, do you have to do it at 22? Like, he's not like he's on a small sum.
He's a goalkeeper.
He's a goalkeeper, exactly. So what, he wants to be on big money for the next 15 years at Juventus, and in terms of reputation, I don't know what he's thinking, but if he goes to Juventus destroyed, and it doesn't matter whether you're a Milan fan, a Lazio fan, or Inter fan, whatever, everyone is going to remember him for that move. It'll be around the world, people will know about it, and they won't just remember it for 2021, they'll remember it in 2031, 2041. It'll go down in the history books as the guy that betrayed his, the club that he loved and sold his soul.
It won't be the first time, man. Look, I mean, if we're being honest, they're going to look at it. I mean, a lot of people look at he's just a professional doing this thing. I understand the whole that he's just a professional argument. I get that. And footballers have short careers. Okay, I understand that. But at least spare me if that's the case, spare me the false, club, the badge kissing, what I mean? Spare me the drama, please. I get it. You're a professional. Go do your thing. But please don't come and tell me that you're a big you're this huge Milanista and you're red and black at heart. Please, if you are, you prove it. Maldini proved it. Other players have proved it. Gattuso, when he was fired as coach, he terminated. Remember when he had we owed him quite a big sum of money with his coaching contract. And what did he do? He's like, no way, I'm going to take that money. So I mean, those are people who I'd rather see you. Walk the walk. That's what I'm going to say. Stop talking the talk. Walk. It's time to walk the walk. And if you want to go. But just don't pretend to be this huge, this massive Rossoneri heart, because no one's buying it. If this, yeah.
Anyway, it's disappointing.
I'm going on a rant again.
He's done it. He's done it to us before, and unfortunately, this time. I mean, when you look at the last few years, you couldn't do this and cast uncertainty over the club at kind of a worse period of 5 games, patch of 5 games. So it is disappointing, but if he does re-sign, it'd obviously be great to see. But anyway, we move on and we face Benevento. So we didn't do our predictions. What's your prediction, Shady?
2-1 win.
2-1 win. Goals to?
Ibrahimovic brace.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen one for a while. So, yeah, I want to just say 2-0, and I'll stay with the Ibra theme.
Nice.
Okay. Unless there's anything else, I mean, as always, we could talk for a while.
Yeah, so once I start talking about something I'm passionate about, I kind of
I should
lose
mention,
track of
Shady.
it.
During the week, I did get a message saying I loved Shady's passion in the last podcast. So if that's anything to go by, our views and listens should go up 100-fold.
That's all good, man. No, I just hate seeing these things play out when you know what's at the heart of it, and I hate people treating us like we're idiots, basically. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we won't be looking like idiots in 1 week time after we've beaten Benevento and are back
hopefully
in 3rd or 2nd place wherever. So
that's the dream. That's the dream.
But until then, sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, until then, as always, Forza Milan, and see you then, Shady.
Cheers, man. Forza Milan.
Gotta play cool for us. It's a lot.